everyone, it's Nicole, and I'm here with something a little different. I won't be doing a lot of book hauls from now on because I'm trying to read the books that I have. I have, hundreds of books, so I'm trying to read those before I buy, too many more books. So a few people said that they would like to see my TBR, so that's to be read, for the month, and then also do a video of the books that I read, let's say from the previous month. So today I'm going to do my August TBR, and then probably tomorrow or something I'll do what I read in July. Now, the first one I am currently reading, I'm at page 260, and it's part of the Grisha trilogy. This is book number 2, and this is by Leigh Bardugo. And I'm really enjoying it. And I'm the type of reader that if I start a series, I need to finish it. Like I can't. And even for this one, it was kind of weird because I think I read 10 books in between the first book of the series and this book, which normally I don't let that many books go in between. And I really enjoyed the first book, but for some reason there was other books that I wanted to read. The writing is quite big, so it's a young adult fantasy novel, and it's about Grishas. And Grishas they're saying that they're not witches, but they have powers, and each Grisha has a different power. Now, our main character, Alina, she didn't know she was a Grisha till she was, in like 16 or something. And then, to boot, she's like a special Grisha. And basically she has to like save her country and from the Darkling. And this, like I said, I'm on book number 2. I'm past 50%, so I'll probably get this done probably in the next couple days. And but I'm really enjoying this. So I got book number 2, and like I said, I want to make sure that I stay on top of the series. A lot of times I won't start a new series, like I won't start a series if there's like years and years before it's done. Like I don't like waiting. So this one is complete. So the third book is Rune and Rising, and that's the completion of the Grisha trilogy, or I guess now it's called the Shadow and Bone trilogy. And then I wanted to read these before I read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, which I do have, but even though they say they're not part of one, it's not a continuation, it's still, you get to know the world. So, and they're both in the Grisha world. So I'm glad I made a choice to read this. I'm enjoying it. And then I'll move on to the Six of Crows duology probably in September. But for now, I'm going to finish that one. So that's book number 2. Another one that I'm in process of reading, and this is by Mindy McGinnis. I had another one of her book. I read 3 books of hers already. I read Female of the Species, which is it is a thriller. And then Not a Drop to Drink and A Handful of Dust. And those are dystopian, and I really enjoyed it. And this one sounded really interesting. I'm at page 60. The first 50 pages was really, really good. Now I've kind of hit a spot where it's a little slow, and then I started reading this, Siege and Storm. It was a little faster, so I kind of kept reading that. So as soon as I'm done this, before I go on to Rune and Rising, I got to make sure. I don't like having books that are only half read, so I'll make sure to read this. And this is about a girl that is put in an asylum, and because they say she's needs to be there, but there's like horrific family secrets. She ends up being in there, and she's pregnant, and it's just like I said, the beginning was just like, it was so sad. And now they're keeping her in the basement, in a wet basement. So it is, like I said, it is interesting. It just got a little slow, and then of course I started reading the other one, and but I'll get back to it as soon as I finish that one. I'll make sure to finish this one. And then once I get close to finishing a trilogy, I find it good to start. I hate those big stickers. To start another series right away so that I can get into a series. So I like to read standalone books in between my series. So this is by Jenny Han. It's the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy. And as you can tell, I've put all three here for my August reading because, like I said, I like to read them all at once. These are super short. They're all under 300 pages. And if it's anything like, I just read P.S.I. To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, the whole trilogy in a month, and I loved it. So I know I'm gonna like her writing. So I decided to put the whole trilogy. It's summer. I feel like reading contemporary. And this is about Belly. And it's about 3 different summers. So this is actually 3 different years and where they go for summer. And there's some kind of love triangle, and it's 2 brothers. So like I said, contemporary quick reads for the summer. Oops. So the first one is The Summer I Turned Pretty, It's Not Summer Without You, and We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han. So I'm hoping to get to all of those. Now, the next one is by CJ Redwine. It's The Shadow Queen, and this is a retelling. So as soon as I hear retelling, I am sold. And this is a retelling of Snow White. And it's blurred by Marissa Meyer, which I love the Lunar Chronicles. So I am looking forward to reading that this month. Now I thought that I would throw in a thriller in this. And this is The Woman in Cabin 10 by Ruth Ware. And this is something that a woman gets thrown overboard, and she was in cabin 10. Did I say room 10? In cabin 10. But when a woman says that she believes that she was thrown over, they're saying that there was nobody in cabin 10. And so I love thrillers. And again, it's nice big writing. And this is, all these other ones are young adult, and I believe this one is adult. So 1 adult book. The last one, and this is going to be 9 books for August, and I think that's a good number. And as I get into my books, and if I see that my stack is running low, I'm going to put all this on my nightstand so that I can just grab them and read. And if I start getting low, and then once they're read, I put them back on my shelf. But this month, now that I'm going to do sort of what I read, I'll probably keep them there. But once I get low, then I start adding new books that I can read. But the last one that I'm hoping to get to this month is by Rhiannon Thomas, and it's Long May She Reign. And it's about this girl. She's 23rd in the line to the throne. So she's never thinking that she's, there's no way she thought that she was going to be named queen or anything like that. But at a banquet, everybody gets wiped out. So all of a sudden she is now the queen, and she's got to figure out, how to deal with that. And this is a standalone, which means it wraps up in a book, in one book. There's no sequels. It's just this one book. So I'm looking forward to that. It's over 400 pages, so not too crazy, but I love the cover. Love the cover. So that's what I'm hoping to read in August, and tomorrow I'll be uploading what I read in July, and in July I read 10 books. So I'll give you a little blurb of all the books that I read in July. So I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.